Well, guys, we need to talk about an absolutely devastating effect of the Bud Light boycott. Now, I am all for this boycott because these companies that go out there and spit in the faces of their consumers, they need to be held accountable. Now, the only way to actually make these corporations get held accountable is to actually not buy the product. And this Bud Light boycott has been super duper effective. But we need to talk about some people that are actually affected by this that had nothing to do with Dylan Mulvaney. That would actually be commissioned salespeople, because that is a thing in the beer industry. They're just out there doing their job, getting paid. They are now suffering because Bud Light decided to get woke. They did that. Bud Light has hurt independent contractors, these distributors, and people that work for them. They were not actually thinking about how this could actually affect them. Now, to the average everyday consumer, they're seeing, I just don't want to deal with this company. I'm done. I'll actually go out there and drink another beer. But when beer sales dry up, when people aren't buying the beer, employees don't get paid. Now, we knew that this was going to happen because the true people that really get affected by this is the workers. But it's really bad, guys. This boycott is really, really hurting the pocketbooks of some of these commission-based salespeople. Look at this, guys. Thrown in their faces, Bud Light salespeople say boycott is hurting commission. And I do mean hurting commission, guys. I used to actually work on commission. Some months, you expect to make more some months than other months. But what these people are actually going through is pretty bad. It is. I can actually use YouTube as an example here. Now, when Joe Biden came into office, the ad rates were actually pretty good. But we have seen how the destruction of the economy, inflation, all this under Joe Biden has affected YouTube creators. The CPM rates, which is basically how much they pay you for every 1,000 views, it's been down. It has definitely been down, guys. And we have had to come up with ideas on how to actually change that. And it is what it is. Nothing we can actually do about that. All content creators are actually suffering from the economy. Now, when it comes to Bud Light, because I don't want to really make this about us, okay? These commission salespeople is so bad that they're probably going to quit and look for work elsewhere. Look at this. Thousands of salespeople have suffered financial pain. Yes. Let's read this, guys. Salespeople promoting Bud Light for a Florida-based distributor have grown accustomed to car horns, middle fingers, and jolts amid a weeks-long boycott, but say they have struggled to ignore thousands of dollars in lost commission pay. Two salespeople or sales supervisors at the distributor told ABC News. Yeah, these people who really don't directly work for Bud Light, they work for distributors. Yeah, they get mocked. Make no mistake about it, because they're actually wearing the Bud Light logo. They're getting mocked. Look at this. This is devastating right here. A typical salesperson at the distributor made roughly $2,000 less in May than he or she would have over each of the previous 2 years. Over the past 2 years, in May, they made $2,000 less, suffering primarily from a decline in Bud Light sales that have reached as much as 60%. Over the week ending on Memorial Day, the sales supervisor said, quote, "This has really, really killed a lot of guys who are commission-based. That's who is really hurting," one supervisor said. "There's nothing they could have done. This was thrown in their faces. And that is the reality of what Bud Light has done. This is what happens, guys, when you get woke. Because when sales go bad, the little man is definitely going to suffer. People that have families that just want to put food on the table. And commission-based, I've done a lot of commission work, guys. It sucks when you don't actually make commission. Trust me. A consumer boycott of Anheuser-Busch InBev over a promotion in April from a trans influencer has plummeted the company's stock. But it has also brought financial pain for thousands of salespeople at independent distributors nationwide, many of whom depend largely on performance-based pay. Former Anheuser-Busch InBev executive Anson Fredericks told ABC News. Sales of Bud Light have recorded declines for 7 consecutive weeks. Man. After a product endorsement from Dylan Mulvaney, a transgender influencer, sparked backlash among many conservatives. The boycott gained momentum, meanwhile, after the initial response from the company was perceived as conciliatory by some LGBTQ advocates, prompting frustration on the left. Yeah, because the left, the bars out there, the gay bars, they're boycotting Bud Light too. So nobody wants Bud Light. This is going to get really bad, guys. Those losses have slashed the income of salespeople who work for roughly 500 independent wholesalers that sell Anheuser-Busch beverages to restaurants, bars, and grocery stores, according to interviews from 2 distributors, 2 sales supervisors, and Fredericks. The sales supervisors and distributors declined to share their names because they didn't want to be publicly identified, speaking about the financial consequences of the boycott. Now, this is when they actually get into the compensation of some of these people. Right here it says compensation for salespeople differs widely between different distributors, but a typical salesperson makes about $60,000 a year, including $20,000 in variable pay. That depends largely on commission. So out of that, guys, out of that $60K, about $20,000 of that is commission. And so that equals out, let's say you get roughly $60,000 a year. That's what, $5,000 a month. And then if you lose $2,000, you're only down to $3,000 for the month. That's how bad it is, guys. That is a significant pay cut. Look at this. Quote, good people are going to start leaving because they aren't making money, Fredericks told ABC News. And I'm willing to bet that's exactly what will happen. I mean, Anheuser-Busch, what are you going to do about this? Bud Light, what are you going to do about this? The little man now is suffering. The little man. But you know what? They don't care. They're too busy out there virtue signaling. You know, they doubled and tripled down. They don't care. They don't care about the little man. This is sad, guys, that they just don't care. They did this. Maybe they didn't anticipate this boycott, but we said it many times, guys. When you get woke, you go broke. And Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light, they know who their consumers are. They know, but they didn't care. They spit in the face of consumers, and now the little man is going to pay the price. The little man is suffering, and guess what? They're losing a whole bunch of money, guys. Imagine if you were going from like roughly $5,000 a month to $3,000. Let's say you were actually making more. Because some people, you know, there may not be a whole lot to some people. That's significant right there. Losing $2,000 in a month in pay? Yeah, that sucks. That absolutely sucks, guys. But this is the problem, man. This is the major problem here that Bud Light is not addressing. Has Bud Light actually told its distributors, hey, we're sorry about this whole thing? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Bud Light's not making money. Therefore, the distributor's not making money. Therefore, the salespeople on commission aren't making money. Congratulations, Bud Light. You have screwed up the lives of many, many people, thousands of people, because of what you did. Absolutely pathetic. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.